What's going on YouTube? Today we're doing a review on the slim fit battery case for the Galaxy S6 from 1ByOne. This case was sent to me a few weeks ago from 1ByOne and they asked me to test it out, do a review on it, see what I thought about it. I did do an unboxing and I haven't posted that yet because I wanted to post that with this at the same time, so you should be seeing that video going up as soon as this one goes up as well. But basically this is a 4,000 milliamp hour battery case for the S6, and you see it's got a power button right here on the back, and then on the front it's got the micro USB cable port that plugs into your phone, and then it has two speaker grills, which actually, if you can see in here, there's a notch that redirects the sound at the front. That's pretty cool because the speaker on this guy is on the bottom, so if you want to hear it good, normally you'd have to like cup your hand. This helps you avoid that, and it also provides you a little extra grip in the front, so that is nice. So as far as putting it on, let's go ahead and do that. It comes apart in two pieces, the ring and then the back itself. The ring has two buttons. The volume piece is one solid piece, and then the power button is one piece as well, and that takes care of all your buttons. And then of course cutouts for the infrared and the headphone jack on the bottom. So before I put that on, one thing I want to show you too, you can check the charge level of the battery itself by tapping on the power button, and that tells you it is fully charged. These four little lights go down as it decreases in charge. 3 for 75, 2 for 50, 1 for 25, etc., etc. So that's also how you turn it on to charge your phone. And go ahead and slide the S6 into the case. Once it's in there, lock it in. Makes a little snapping sound. And you see it is already starting to charge because I pressed the power button. So I'll go ahead and press it again. And we see the icon is now no longer charging. Go ahead and put the ring on around, and it snaps into place. Once it snaps into place, you will no longer hear any more clicking sounds. So let's go ahead and turn the screen back on. And as I said again, the back button, pressing it once, or rather holding it, sorry, and you heard the phone indicate that it is now charging. Turn the screen off, the light turns red to show that it is charging. Basically the way I recommend you use this is wear your battery down to normal, so turn this off. Leave it off until your phone is, at the level you want to charge it at. So when it's like around 30-25%, somewhere around there, that's when I would recommend turning this guy on and then letting it charge all the way back up to 100%, and then again just let the phone cycle down to, again, 25-30%. Turn this guy back on. You will get one full charge back all the way to 100, and then another one up to about 80-85, somewhere in there. And I was able to go fairly consistently about 30 hours doing that using the S6 sort of moderate to heavy use, and then charging it with the case, and then going back to, just using it on its own battery and then charging with the case again. So average around 28-30 hours, and that's really convenient if you're going to be out all day. You're going to be somewhere where getting to an outlet is not the easiest thing to do, and so that's what makes this a really awesome case. Some of the cons against it, I would say, is it does add a significant amount of bulk to your phone. You can see how deep in the phone goes there, and I get that's the cost of having 4,000 milliamp hours of extra juice on your phone. Personally, I don't think it's that large. I do have kind of big hands though, but it does give the phone a nice curve back to it, and it makes it feel a little better in the hand. As far as how the case feels itself, the plastic is sort of matte, but it does attract fingerprints and can get a little greasy. You can see right there just from touching it a bit, it's kind of getting some grease on there. Also, it's a little slippery, so not the best grip. They could have used a more matte finish to give you some extra grip. And then the case itself, it is plastic, so you know, that's pretty subjective. If you're okay with covering up the metal and glass phone with a plastic case, you know, by all means go for it. I think the utility of having this much extra battery life on your phone is worth covering it up, you know, with this plastic case. One of the other cons is that it does feel a little creaky on the bottom. Not too much of an issue, but every once in a while you'll grab it at an angle and you'll feel it creak a little bit, and that does kind of give it a cheap feeling. The buttons are pretty solid, which I kind of like because it prevents accidentally turning the screen on or off. They're more solid than the buttons on the phone itself, so pretty good tactile feel. Now the pros, like I said, 4,000 milliamp hour battery, huge amount of extra battery life. One of the complaints I've seen from a few places on the S6 is that it doesn't have the best battery life, and with it not having a removable battery, this is a good option for those of you who kind of miss having the option to remove the battery and put in a fresh one. That kind of takes care of that. Another pro of the charging case is that to charge it, you can either charge it when it's not connected to the phone. It has its own USB cable plug right down here, or you can charge it with the phone on. And what's cool about that is if the battery on the case is at 50% or more, it will charge the phone and the case simultaneously, so that's pretty awesome. Let me go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. I have a USB cable right here. Go ahead and plug that into the bottom. And so you see the phone is charging, and if I flip it around, the case is charging as well. So really convenient, and another cool feature that I like about the case itself. Also, this case is pretty good at taking a shock and some punishment. I've dropped the phone a few times on purpose, a few times on accident, and no scratches, no real visible damage to the case itself. So that is really nice. And one last thing as far as pros and cons, the headphone jack is precisely, and I would say too precisely, cut for the Samsung branded headphones only. So if you want to use third-party headphones that have the 90-degree bend in them, or even headphones that have the straight connection going in, they have to be the exact same size as the Samsung brand ones, or else it is not going to fit in there. So that's kind of a bummer. If you use Bluetooth headphones, obviously not an issue, but that is something to keep in mind. And you know, overall, I'm pretty happy with this case. The price is pretty reasonable compared to other battery cases. I'll put a link to that in the description down below so if you want to pick one up yourself. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for me, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Instagram. Until next time, this has been a review of the slim fit battery case for the Galaxy S6 from 1ByOne. So if you do pick one up, let me know what you think about it. Take care.